Now let's get into the second thing that I want to talk about. A band that I have followed since the very, very beginning, and that would be Deathdealer. Because they have a new album coming out early 2026. I believe it's January 26. It's called Reign of Steel. Brand new song called Blast the Highway, which was just released not long ago. The album cover obviously is very sick, as you see here. And I have a lot to say about this. So first of all, let's talk about the lineup. Obviously, Ross the Boss is in this band. You all know that I've worked with Stu Marshall before. He's the other guitar player in the band. You have Sean Peck. You all know that I'm friends with him. Great dude. Fellow Charger fan. Fellow Padres fan. The Ryan Leaf heckler. And yeah, drummer Steve Bolognese in the band. And of course, Symphony X's own Mike LaPond. Another guy that I'm really fond of. This is a great band. And they've released 3 albums and an EP. So this new album, folks, I'm just going to admit it to you right now. I've been listening to it for 3 years. I just haven't talked about it. You heard Stu refer to it in an interview on the podcast a few months back, maybe a year ago now. But I have been listening to this album because I am friends with Stu. I know him really well. I've known him for over 15 years. I have created music with him on 2 of the Empires of Eden albums. And like many musicians, he does bounce things off of me. What do you think of this? So I've been able to listen to this album, and I've been very tight-lipped about it. And I didn't want to talk about it until it came close to, okay, the album's going to come out, which it's going to come out in a couple of months. Folks, this is an incredible record. It's actually been done for around 4 years. Again, one of those casualties of COVID being delayed because of the whole COVID thing. It's finally going to come out. So for those of you that have never heard of Deathdealer, it's an incredible band. If you are somebody that likes Deathdealer, already knows who they are, and you have the previous 3 albums and the EP, let me tell you how I would rate this record. I'm not going to go in depth on it until it comes closer to release time. Let's say the entire Deathdealer discography is here. Let's say it's down here, right? The entire Deathdealer discography being here. This new album, it's up here. So if you are someone that likes this band's material, you are going to absolutely love this record. If you are somebody who may have heard their previous albums and you weren't really that into them, you might actually like this new album. That is how good I think it is. And to be honest with you, it would have been album of the year the last 2 years. Would have been pretty close on last year, but the year before, it probably would have won. That is how much I like this record. And folks, there will be a more in-depth review coming up. I'm just going to tell you that I am not sick of listening to it. I like listening to it as much now as I did 3 years ago. And that's how much I really like this record. So Blast to the Highway, if you listen to the song, really awesome traditional heavy metal. No frills, no BS. I would probably say it's one of the better songs on the album. There are a few that I love a lot, especially the first track, Assemble. But I've been tight-lipped about it, and now I'm going to tell you that I've heard this record more times than I can count. So it comes out of Massacre Records. It comes out in January. I'm excited for it. I think it's an incredible album. When we get closer to release date, I will go into more in depth on the review of the album. I'll probably have these guys on my show at some point. But folks, this is a record to really keep your eyes on. Phenomenal album cover. And I've wanted to talk about this album cover for quite some time. Actually, this album cover is absolutely sick. But I really love the new Death Dealer song, and I love the record. I'm sure promos and reviews will start. Promos will probably go out in the next month or so, and reviews will start up for it. But folks, this record is the real deal. Hey, it's Tony here from the Metal Command Show. I want to thank you for watching this portion of the program. Since 1998, I have hosted the show, which started off as a radio program and is now into the podcast format. So I want to thank you for watching and or listening. And if you want to support the program, hit the subscribe button, hit that little bell to be notified anytime I do post any content. A lot of you have been supporting the show and really, really helping this show grow, and I cannot do it without all of you. So with that said, thanks for watching. Stay metal.